Hello and welcome to this stage 5 out of 6 in the Exibillia tour, and well, exciting things are going on. This is the current situation, the team totals. My team is Team Black Panda, currently in joint second position with 38 points in total across the first 4 stages. Blue Llama looking fairly comfortable, I think, with 45 points, but you never know what's going to happen. The yellow jersey standings at the moment is this. Also, we have a tie for first place between Gordon Sapphire, the blue sprinter for the Peloton team, and my rider, Scott Raven, the ruler, both with 24 points. But Gareth Rose, who won the yellow jersey in the previous tour, the Easter tour, is hot on our heels with 23 points. There's not a lot in the top 4, is there, when you look at that? But poor old Gianni Sacramento with a rather paltry 6 points. Now, at the end of the last stage, that was the final positions, which will be the starting positions. Terry Scarlett in pole position and Alain Royale way back with just that 1 point. He's right at the back of the starting grid. So that's how things look in terms of the current scores. Just a quick reminder about how this tour is working. It's 6 stages with weather rules. This is the 5th stage, so the penultimate stage. Points go from 8 down to 1 each time, and those combined make the team ranking and yellow jerseys. Exhaustion is following the usual rule, half rounded down to be carried forward. And as I just said, the starting grid is based on the previous results. Here's the teams. Team Black Panda, Team Blue Llama. Currently in the lead as the team. Ashton Green is the green team, muscle team, and the red muscle team is the red chat collective. So all exciting things to play for. Now, looking at the route, this is a challenging stage. If you take a look here, we've got quite a lot of uphills dotted about with a big uphill towards the end. Not much in the way of downhills, and there's quite a lot of cobblestones. So once we find out the weather forecast in a moment, we will see just how dramatic these things will have an effect on the stage. It's going to be a challenge, this one, because in terms of the exhaustion, I've got 2 exhaustion for the sprinter, 3 for the ruler already. And it's going to be that question of when do you play with all of these uphills dotted about and the cobblestones? When do you play those big cards? Because you don't want to end up being in that position where you can't play them, but that's all you've got in your hand. So it's difficult, isn't it? Okay, right, the last thing we need to do before we can actually start this stage is just take a look at the weather forecast. So we start off with some fair weather. Looking good so far. Always difficult when there is rain on the cobblestones. So we'll pop that in there to remind us. Bit of fair weather after that. And then we have a crosswind, which will mean no slipstreaming. So we pop that in there. And then towards the end of the race, in this big uphill, we've got fair weather right up to the end. But this is going to be a challenging uphill because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You cannot clear this in one go. So it's going to be a challenge to see what to do when we get to that stage. So we'll take away the fair weather tokens. And I'll leave the other ones there to try to remind me to play the rules. So I'll just move these tokens up a little bit. Okay, right, I think we are ready to go. So this is our starting grid. I will just put on the main, I'll put the cards up because that's something I often forget to do. So here we go. Everything's set up with the cards. The exhaustion is already set. So where do we start here? So my riders are quite nicely together here. Ruler is ahead, so I think we'll pick for the ruler first. Okay, now we're coming straight into an uphill. We have an uphill almost immediately. So, 5 is going to be the maximum we're going to get, aren't we? So, do I want to lose a movement or do I play 4? Let's play 4, I think. And then, so 1, 2, 3, 4 would get to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So possibly side by side if we play a 5. Let's see how this works out. Okay, so reveal. We're going to start though with the red sprinter. The red sprinter is just a 2. The black ruler is a 4. The red ruler is a 5. Oh, that's a shame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because that means that my 5 for the sprinter is going to lose a movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. He slots in nicely behind his partner. Then we have the peloton team, which is also a 5. Then the green ruler is a 3. Green sprinter is also a 3. And the peloton team was 5, wasn't it? Let me just double check. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how things look at the end of that first round. So we are going to have exhaustion for the ruler straight away. Add another one into the pack on the table. Right, okay, so we go into round 2. Well, the ruler's ahead, so I'm going to stick with that plan of playing the ruler ahead first. So I'm thinking 4 again would finish me on the downhill, which I might be able to make benefit of. So I'm thinking 4. And then I think we'll go just the maximum 5. Or do we go 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're putting behind that risk of... Let's go 4. Let's go 4 and see what happens. Okay, so we start off with the black ruler with a 4. Red ruler is a 6. Then we have the black sprinter, which was also a 4. Peloton team is a 7, but they're only going to get 5. Red sprinter is a 9. Oh dear, just a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Peloton team is a 7. We'll only get 4 out of that 7 because of the restriction and the loss of movement. And then the green ruler wants a 7, but we'll get 5. And the sprinter wants a 9. Wow, but only gets a 5. Okay, we take a look. There's going to be a little bit of slipstreaming. So here, and here, and here. But it's going to leave the green sprinter out on their own at the back there. But no exhaustion. So that is good. As we go into round 3, no exhaustion to add. Okay, now, this is the question. At what point do you start to break out the big cards? Because we've got that risk of the rain here and crashing. So is it better to be out in front and take the exhaustion? It's a relatively long way now until the uphill, and then you see all these uphills come shortly after each other. So you're not going to necessarily get that chance to play the big cards towards the end. So at what point do you break away? That's the challenge. Okay, right, let's pick for the ruler. Stick with whoever's in front, pick first. And they're not on a downhill, so let's play the biggest we can, which is a 5. And we can get rid of an exhaustion here because he's on a downhill. So the sprinter, we're going to play an exhaustion, get rid of one of those, and see how that affects things. So red ruler first is a 5. Black ruler was also a 5. Peloton team is a 3. Sprinter is a 2, but we'll go up to 5. Slots in nicely behind his teammates. Red sprinter is a 5. The Peloton team was a 3, but that will go up to a 5. Alongside his teammate, and the green ruler is a 3 going up to a 5. Just gets the 4. And the green sprinter pulls out another 9, but will only get 5. So, lots of 5s in that round because of the downhill. But look, no exhaustion. So that's good. No exhaustion to take. Right, okay, so we're coming up. It's not far until we get to the wet tile where it's raining. So the ruler's ahead. Let's pick for the ruler. And let's stay in it to win it with a 6. And he's right behind his teammate, so a 5 should hopefully keep them together. Right, red ruler first is a 4. That will go up to a 5. Now, see, what I've failed to notice is that I'm on that downhill. Didn't think of that. And could have benefited, could have saved some of those larger cards, but never mind. It's always so many things to think about. So it's a 6. And then a 5 for the sprinter. Then we have the red sprinter wants 9. Just before the rainy tiles. The peloton team is a 6. Loses a movement there. The green ruler is a 6. And the green sprinter is a 9. I feel like that's the third 9 in a row. Gets him back up into the pack. Now we've got some slipstreaming to play here. And we enter in this next round the wet tile. So if there's a loss of movement, it's a crash. Now you see, if I had used my brain, I could have benefited with that downhill. Never mind. So no exhaustion to take, which is good. Okay, the ruler is ahead. Now, I'm thinking it would be sensible to play a 7 to try to get through this wet tile. It would get me to the end, assuming that the sprinter doesn't pull out. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then causing me to crash. So I think we'll play that 7. And if I'm supposed to play a 9, he's right in the bunch though. That would get me to the same that he would crash, assuming that my ruler got through. Or do we play a 4? Just gets into the back. He should be safe at the back of the tile, wouldn't you think? Then is he going to drop off? Let's play the 4 and see what happens. Right, okay, red sprinter, just a 2. Red ruler, a 3. Black ruler was the 7. Green sprinter is a 2. Black sprinter is a 4. Peloton team is a 5. Ooh, loses movement and a crash. Peloton again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Loses movement but wasn't on the wet tile, so survives. And the green ruler is a 3. Still up in the pack. So no slipstreaming. So it's going to be an exhaustion card for the ruler and nothing for the sprinter. So exhaustion for the ruler. And we've got a crash to resolve in the next round. As we go into round 6. So the ruler is ahead. Now the ruler's quite a way ahead. So I'm thinking, do we just get rid of one of our exhaustion? I think so. Let's get rid of an exhaustion for the ruler. And then we'll see what we can play for the sprinter. Now, 9 seems to be the sensible choice here, I think, to get through this tile. So we'll play one of the 9s. Might well take an exhaustion, but there you go. So the ruler is just going to be a 2. Red sprinter is a 5. Gets through the storm. The ruler is a 4. Just in the edge of the end of the storm. The black sprinter is a 9. Let's see where that takes us. 1, 2, 3. We might help his teammate out here. So blue, the peloton team is a 4. So he's right. We'll stand up. We'll play 2. So now we'll only move 2. And we need to go green sprinter first. Green sprinter is a 4. Peloton team is a 4. 1, 2. Loses movement. Crashes. So second crash for the peloton team. And the green ruler is a 7. also loses movement and crashes. So there's a lot of crashing going on here. But there will be a little bit of slipstreaming to occur with these riders up the front. No slipstreaming there because of the cobblestones. So the sprinter is going to take an exhaustion, but the ruler won't, and was able to get rid of one there. Okay, so we're coming up to a crosswind. It's mainly cobblestones anyway, so it wouldn't have actually made a huge difference. So let's take a look at... Oh, what am I doing? Totally the wrong place. There we go. Right, so let's begin round 7, and we'll pick this time for the sprinter because they're ahead. And I would say just go as big as we can, which is a 3. Now, let's have a look. So that's going to take them just onto the cobblestones. So what have we got? A possible 6 or a 7. A 2 would just not really worth it. So I think 6. Okay, so the sprinter goes 3. The ruler goes 6. Red sprinter is just a 2. Red ruler is a 3. Now, let's go back and resolve these crashes. So the green ruler will stand up, subtract 2 and move 3. Green sprinter is a 5. And the peloton team is a 3. So 1, 2, 3. And this rider will stand up, subtract 2 and move just 1. Okay, so that spreads things out a little bit along the track. No slipstreaming here, so both riders are going to take exhaustion. And there's no slipstreaming because of the cobbles and the cobblestones there. So nothing there to resolve except to add the exhaustion. And we go again. Now, have I blown it with the 9s? I don't think there's going to be the opportunity now to play those 9s that I've saved, looking at where the hills are. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I've played that very well. Never mind. Let's go into round 8. The ruler is ahead. So we'll pick for the ruler first. Now let's take a look. 7 away from the... Let's play a 6. Now, a 9 would be good here because I think he's 9 away. 1, 2, 3. There would be an opportunity to use one of the 9s. Let's see what we get. No. Well, there we go. So we'll play the 4 and see what happens here. Oops. So as we come around this corner, so we've got black ruler is a 6. Black sprinter is a 4. Still on the cobblestones. The red sprinter is a 4. The red ruler is a 4. Green sprinter is a 5. We'll only get 3 of that. The green ruler is a 4. And the peloton team is a 6. Just gets a 5. Okay, so that's all the movement done. There will be a little bit of slipstreaming at the back. Nothing here because of the cobbles. Massive gap here. So it's going to be a yet more exhaustion for both riders. I feel we will be hobbling to the finish line. So we will press those buttons to give us both exhaustion. And we're going to round 9. Now, can we clear this if we get something big enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 would clear it. So the ruler is ahead. No. This is going to get it stuck on the top of the hill. This is not great at all. So is it better to play a 2 here to get rid of an exhaustion? Because even if you only get a 2, you'd still clear it on the next one. I think so. So we'll go 2 for the ruler, using up an exhaustion. And the sprinter, 5. We'll get him just before the hill. Okay, so there's a lot of exhaustion coming. I think those exhaustions going to come straight back, but never mind. So the ruler is a 2. And the sprinter is a 5. Okay, now let's see what the red sprinter does. The red sprinter is a 3. And the red ruler is a 6. The green sprinter is a 5. Only gets 4. And the ruler is a 6. Does get all 6. And then the peloton team is a 3. Okay, so no slipstreaming at the back because of the cobblestones. Big gap here. And so it's going to be exhaustion for the ruler. So I think we get back what we just played. No, sorry. Yes, that's right. Exhaustion for the ruler. And we go into round 10. So although I've not played those 9s, I don't feel like we've had a lot of 9s from the muscle teams, and the peloton haven't played either of their attack cards yet. So I think we're all in a similar position, really, of not really going to get the benefit of those large cards. So maybe it will sort of even itself out. Okay, so we're coming up almost to another uphill straight away. The ruler is ahead. There we go. This is typical. So I think now we have to just bite the bullet. Get the 5 that we lose 2 movement. Here we go. There are the 9s. Now, do we just play it to get through this first hill? Although let's see, a 3 would get you through. We'd be stuck there anyway. We'd be stuck here. Even if we got to here and we had a 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I suppose it would be good to hold on to a 9 just in case you can get through to that finish line. There is a 9 there. So do we play 1 now to get through this uphill? Yeah. Okay, so let's see what happens. We go, first of all, with the black ruler. The black ruler was a 7, but we'll only get 5. And the sprinter is a 9, but we'll only get 5. Okay, then red ruler is a 7, but we'll only get 5. And the green ruler is a 4. And then we have the red sprinter, which is a 4. Green sprinter is a 5. And then the peloton team is a 5. Okay, so we have a bit of slipstreaming at the back here. Nothing because of the uphill, and they're on the uphill anyway. Okay, so exhaustion again for the ruler. And we go into round 11. So we're going to be coming around this hill now towards this final area before we get to the finish. Closely followed by the rest of the pack. And there's a lot of exhaustion in these hands. Okay, the ruler is ahead. Now, can we clear this hill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we can. Lots of 2s, so we will get rid of an exhaustion for the sprinter. And see how this plays out. So the ruler goes 5. And the sprinter is just the 2. The red ruler is a 7. Gets 6 of it. The green ruler is a 5. Oh, hang on 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So no, they only get 5 of that, don't they? That red ruler will only get 5 of that 7 because they're on the uphill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they end up side by side. The green ruler will get the 5 they wanted. Then the red sprinter is a 4. The green sprinter is a 3. And the peloton team, oops, is a 7. But we'll only get 5 of that, obviously, because of the uphill. Okay, so we're going to have some slipstreaming, though, which is going to help the other riders, not going to help me. There's some slipstreaming there, nothing here because of the uphill. So both my riders are going to take exhaustion. This is going to looks like it's going to be a lot of exhaustion going through to the final stage, doesn't it? So both riders take exhaustion. And we go into round 12. Okay, so the ruler is ahead. So we'll pick for the ruler. The ruler's quite a way ahead. Either way, they're going to take exhaustion. So do we play a 2 here? Get rid of one of those exhaustion. Oh, we're just going to get back, aren't we? But it won't increase the exhaustion. So we'll play an exhaustion. Ah, dear. See, my sprinter's going to get stuck at the top of that hill. Then no, I think we play that. Okay, all right. So the ruler is just going to take the 2 onto the hill. The sprinter is a 3. To the top of that little uphill. The red ruler is a 3 also. The green ruler is a 5. That's going to help out my sprinter for not taking any exhaustion. The red sprinter, just on our screens at the top, is a 5. Only gets 4. Peloton team is a 4. The green sprinter is a 3. And the peloton, was it 4? Yes. Okay, so no slipstreaming. And this can't give slipstreaming, so there'll be no slipstreaming up to my rider there. So it's going to be an exhaustion for the ruler. And this long, nasty uphill as we come in towards the final rush at the end of that uphill there, and then into the finish. Okay, look at all this exhaustion. Oh, my word. Okay, we go into round 13. So the ruler we'll pick for first. Can't clear the hill, but can get right to the top. Or are we better off holding on to that 5? Yeah, this is the dilemma, isn't it? So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would get me up to here. But are we better playing off another exhaustion and then maybe getting back into the pack a little bit before the finish? I feel like that's worth the risk. So we're playing exhaustion, and the most I think my sprinters played 1-9. So do we use one of them here? Get into the middle of the hill. Hopefully get through the hill and then use it to finish. Yes. Okay. So the ruler is just going to be a 2. The green ruler is a 6, getting 5. The black sprinter is a 9, getting 5. The red ruler is a 5. We'll only get 4. The red sprinter is a 3. Peloton team, there's those attack cards. So one of them will get through to there, and the second rider will get 5 instead of the 9. but does clear the hill. And the green sprinter is just the 2. So no slipstreaming to put into effect, but for once, no exhaustion. Okay, so what we could really do here is a 1, 2, 3, as a 4 for each rider. Let's see what the ruler's got up their sleeve. No. Oh, so 3, we'll just get it to the top of the hill. But then we're going to be left with lots of 2s. Oh dear, same for both riders. Okay. So we start with the green ruler, who gets a 4. Black ruler is a 3. This is his partner in crime. The red ruler is a 6, getting 5. And then the red sprinter is a 5 from its 9. The peloton team is a 4. And the green sprinter is a 4. Just getting through that little uphill. Okay, well, is it a disaster? We will see. No exhaustion to take. The ruler technically is just slightly ahead. Look, there you go. There's that 7. So I think we'll play a 2 here to use another exhaustion. And we will hope that the 7 comes around again, because we must be running out of cards. This will get us through the hill. We'll play an exhaustion to do the same thing. So we'll use up another exhaustion for the sprinter and see how this works out for us. So the green ruler is a 7. Oh my word, I think it's going to finish. Yes. The red ruler is also a 7. Also finishes. Wow, so shocking we didn't even see the finish. They've just got over the finish line. So the black ruler was the 2. Both riders getting a 2 here. Well, he'll only get 1, but he's over the hill, so maybe not so terrible. Sprinter is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Peloton team is a 6, but they'll only get 5. 1, 2, 3. They can only get 3. 1, 2, 3. So can he. And the green sprinter is a 4. Getting him onto the hill. No slipstreaming to the green sprinter just back here. So no slipstreaming to put into effect. But we have 2 finishers. So the green ruler and the red ruler, first and second. And we're going to take exhaustion straight back for the ruler. And let's see how lucky we are. Does that 7 come back? No, but we'll go with 5. Because that will get us 1, 2, 3, 4, almost to the finish. And then let's get rid of another exhaustion for the sprinter. So the red sprinter is a 3. It doesn't finish. Interesting. The black ruler is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could still get a 3rd place here. And the black sprinter is a 2. Peloton team is a 7, but we'll only get 5 because they're on the top of that hill. 2, 3, 4. That helps us out because we won't take exhaustion. I say help. And the green sprinter is hobbling up the hill, not getting very far, with just a 2. So the ruler, almost at the end, it takes exhaustion. Sprinter does not. As we go into round 17, and we'll play that 7 because we should get a 3rd place then. Poor old sprinter is doomed to just be able to play these low cards now. I think it's going to be not a very impressive finish for him. So the 2 for the red sprinter, currently in 3rd place, but will be gazumped at the line by my black ruler. 1, 2, 3. Can't play the 7, but it's as far as they go. Then the peloton team will attack. So it doesn't quite finish. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So in fact, the red sprinter drops back into 5th place after that. And my sprinter is just the 2. And the green sprinter, oh, he's run out of cards. So he's just a 2. So I don't think it's going to make a huge difference now. But we have some more finishers. So exhaustion for the sprinter. And we go into the last round, surely, unless it's all 2s. Oh, unbelievable. So the sprinter will get rid of an exhaustion. And then see how this resolves. So 2 for the peloton rider, 2 for the sprinter. It's all 2s, isn't it? 2. So this is effectively the end of the race, because in the next round, whatever I would have got would have got me across the line. Oh, but he takes exhaustion because he still hasn't finished. Oh dear. So he takes exhaustion. Let's just see what we would have got. Oh, it was all 2s. So he would have finished in the next round. So we need to play an exhaustion. And then this resolves it. So 2 across the line. What did the green sprinter get? It's all out of 2s. So this is our final order. Oh dear, I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. Right, okay, let's put some of this then into the stage 5 table. So it was green ruler who gets the 8 points. 7 points for the red ruler. 6 points for my ruler. Then we have 5 points for the red sprinter. Oh, hang on, that's not right. 5 for the blue ruler. 4 for the red sprinter. And then we have 3 for the blue sprinter, 2 for the black sprinter, and just the 1 for the green sprinter. Wow. Okay, so that's how things finished off at the end of that particular stage. Let's take a look, shall we, at the team totals. So Blue Llama, as I say, looking just more and more comfortable, although, you know, it could still all change in that last between the Red Chat Collective and Blue Llama, but I don't think Black Panda is going to get into that first place as a team. But what about the yellow jersey? Well, we still have a tie for first place. And we've got Gareth Rose now and Scott Raven, both rulers, who are in that pole position for the yellow jersey. But the question is, will they keep hold of it? Will they keep hold of it in that last race? Because Gareth Rose won the yellow jersey in the previous tour for the red ruler. Okay, well, let's go back and take a look at what happens going into the next round with exhaustion. Well, luckily, the sprinter will take no exhaustion. But how many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be starting with 4 exhaustion for the ruler as we go into the final stage. So we will have to wait and see what happens as we go through to stage 6 out of 6. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Until the next one, remember, don't be bored, be a bored racer. Bye-bye.